Buttons, buttons, buttons everywhere. Look at the top of the screen here. There are icons galore, and you probably don't use many of them. I mean, does anyone ever click on the support button or the payroll button? Especially if you're an entrepreneur just starting out. You don't want to know about extra services. You want to know how to write a check. Do you want to remind yourself of things? Do you want to pay bills? Now, God forbid you want to pay bills. What we want to do is simplify this toolbar, and the easiest way to do it is to go up to the last step in the tutorial, click on the View option, and go to Customize Icon Bar. This menu comes up and it shows you in a drop-down fashion going top to bottom all the icons that are going left to right. So the first one up top, Invoice, Item, Memory. So Invoice, Item, Memory, it goes linear to left and right. Notice that the Home button, Customer Center, Customer, Vendor, and Employee Center are stationary. You cannot get rid of these no matter how hard you try. So the first thing you want to do is figure out which ones you want to get rid of. For the tutorial to make it easier, let's just say all we want to do is keep the first three here: Invoice, Item, and Memory, which actually means memo, but I'm in a rare mood this morning. So we go to credit cards and we hit delete. And then you can see up top all the ones are being deleted as I click delete. It's very simple. We're just going to keep going all the way to the last three are left. So now you know how to get rid of them, but how do you add them? One way you can add them is by clicking the add button and going to one of the options over here on the left. Let's just say we want to back up our data, but we don't want to always go up to the file menu and find the button. Click backup data, and over here you want to change two things. First, you want to find the icon. Usually the first one that QuickBooks chooses is the correct one, and you see right here the little disc with the arrow. Choose that, and then the label is what is going to show up on the top here underneath the picture. Keep it as backup, and the description is when you hover over the icon what comes up in a little yellow box. So we'll just say backup my data, exclamation point. Click OK. Now it shows up at the end here. And what you want to make sure of is you want to separate these tasks that are for your business, the operational tasks. When you write an invoice, when you create an item, it's for your business. You want to keep them separate. So visually you want to separate them with a little line. We're going to keep these three in a group and separate the backup icon by itself. So go to the backup and click that so the black bar is over the top backup, and click add separator. And you see it says space here. Click on the little diamond next to space and hold it, and now drag it until you see a dashed line appear. Wherever the dashed line is, that's where the separator is going to show up. So if you want a separator between memo and backup, move it there. And now you can see up top here that the line is formed in between memo and backup. So a couple more options about this. You can either show just the icons, which makes it look like a game of Pictionary. Good luck trying to figure out what they mean. Or you can do the icons in the text, which is what I prefer. Click OK, and you've just customized your icon bar. And you can do one more thing. Say you do like to write checks. So you go up to Banking, and then you go to Write Checks. And you want this screen to show up, but you want an icon for it. So another way to put the icon for this function onto your icon bar is to go back to View, and you have to make sure that the Write Checks window is up, and then click on Add Write Checks to the icon bar. Now it's going to give you the same follow-up message. Pick the icon, usually the one that QuickBooks chooses for you. Pick something right up here for the label. I'd say Write Checks, and then leave the description as it is. Click OK, and you notice it's back up here. But you don't want it to be at the end, so we go back up to View, click Customize Icon Bar, and the little diamond is what we use to move things around. So you click, notice that it turns into a four-way arrow. When you notice that, click and hold, and now you can drag it so it turns into a dashed line. And say we want this in between memo and the separator bar. So we put it in between memo and the space, or the separator bar, and let go. And now up top here you see that it's been moved. Click OK and enjoy your more efficient icon bar in QuickBooks.